Hello, let's make another installment video of this access building series. Way to put it. Where we last left off, I was trying to debug an issue with this form loading, and I actually did figure it out. The problem was with, well, I don't know how detailed to go into this, but it was trying to pick up. Oh, I forgot where it was now. Team City from the home city is Team City from the home team table, and it was trying to pick this up from the games table. I think that's why it was having problems. So here's the scheduling form. It's loading, but it's looking, yes, I don't know. I haven't quite decided yet whether I'm going to make this a continuous form or a single form, and I'll show you the difference. If right now it's single by default, and if I make it continuous form, so single form means, let me just go back here, just show you. It means, well, there's not multiple games in here yet, but I have to click next. Like if I put Portland, and I got to fix this part too. It only shows the city, but we'll get to that. Pittsburgh, okay, and then I go to the next, and I want to create another game. Los Angeles, Memphis. I realized also I was going to put a list of games in a CSV file. Haven't gotten around to that yet. We've got some other things to do first. But you see, with continuous, I've got to click next. It's only one game is going to show at a time on this page. If I go to make this a continuous form, you see it shows, I don't know. It's kind of in between. For me to make this, I probably have to. You see, it's only for scheduling, but I want this to be for score entry too. Now that I think about it, and that would require making these, not absolutely require, but I'd want to put these text boxes, these drop downs side by side, which absolutely is possible. You know what? Let me just see if I can reasonably do that. But before I do that, I realize there's a problem with these, in that they only show the city, which is fine, but you see, they show the city and nickname, and when I select them, they show me only the city. I don't really like that. So what I'm going to do is this. Let me go back to where, okay, see, this is the row source. That's, this is the, not this. This is the data source for those drop downs. I'm going to make a slight change here. Oh, no, wait. I got to find my F2 on this keyboard. Ah, there we go. New keyboard. It's a little funky here. Let's increase the font a little bit. Okay. First of all, I don't need. I could just say Team ID, Team City. And actually, you know what? Let's go Team City plus team name. That should be it. All we need. That'll create 2 columns instead of, what do we have right now? Oh, 3. Okay, so let's make it. We're going to hide the first column, and the second column doesn't really need to be much more than an inch. I'm probably saying 1.5. And we can make the list width 1.5. Oh, no, sorry. List width and width are not the same thing. I think we make this 1.5. We're not going to get away with that. Let's say 2 inches. I want to test this first. I want to make this just a little bit bigger, but it's almost there. Probably good enough. And you see, it's all clean. It's all together now. Let's go ahead and do the same thing. As a matter of fact, for the away team, I'm just going to take this. I'm going to copy it. Control C. Go in here. Control V. And the only thing I need... Actually, wait a minute. It is the exact same thing, isn't it? Let's make this narrowest, because here we go. There, we can make this. My goal is to see if we can't get this on one line. I think we can. If I don't put date on here, it certainly can. Maybe we'll just forget about date for now, and just put week number. I gotta separate the week label from the week WEEK. I'm gonna make this TXT week. As I explained in the first episode, I am completely winging this. I wanted to make, my purpose in making this series is I want to show you, demonstrate the power of this fully functional battle stage. Programming language. Sorry, Freudian slip. But I don't, my intent is not to make this a lesson. I'm going to go kind of fast here. Oh yeah, and that's it. Let's see. I don't need to make, division game doesn't need to be that long. I can make it division. Oh, I got to make these checks. Okay. I got to do the same thing for these checkboxes. Okay, hang on a second. Others, so I can say check division. Check div will be fine. And I can make chk. See, I'm trying to make this as small as possible. And by the way, why do I remove the label name? Is that's what actually disengages the controls. It doesn't move with the label. Now with checkboxes, I got to be kind of careful. If I lose track, it might not be so easy to reconnect them to figure out what label to go with. But I think we'll be able to do it. Division. In fact, you know what? I'm gonna make this because of here. Division conference. And realistically, if it's not division, it's not going to be conference. And that's not lost on me, but we'll get to that later. Just down a little bit, and then I can do arrange, align, top. Okay, there we go. Okay, beautiful. So we don't need this label anymore. Okay. Boy, I think, even division, I'll tell you, even division conference is probably, you know what? I don't know. Never mind. I was going to try to make, we can make a score here. The only thing left is the scores. Now, we didn't put the scores in the query, I don't think. So I thought it would be a bit of a pain in the neck. Well, actually, it isn't, right? Because home score. Actually, it's pretty easy. Home because home score and away score. Boom. I don't know why I thought that would be more complicated. Okay, anyway, let's move this out a little bit. just a little bit wider there. Okay. And we're going to make this. I want to fit the score in there. Let's go form design, add existing fields, put home score and away score. And again, you know what? I don't even think we'll need the labels for this one. I could just delete them completely. Oh, wait, did I just... Oh, no. I delete... I meant to delete these two. Okay. In fact, I can put these... No, I'll put them here. There we go. And let's see. This is a little wider. Maybe. Well, let me not do too many maybes. I'm going to confuse myself here. Let me just do week out here, and I'm going to put away score out here. Not quite satisfying because it leaves me a little extra room here, but let's just do that. But actually, we can move these up here, right? I mean, I want this to be as simple as possible. I'm going to make them bold, and I don't know why they're gray by default. That seems a silly thing to me. But let's make these a little bit darker. You know what? Let's give this some. These are such plain colors. Let's make this a little bit. Yeah. Let's make this a little bit. Let's make these pop a little bit. Background color. Enough of these generic things here. Let's make it a nice green. Oh no, nah, not quite. More colors. Make a nice medium green, maybe. Kind of a maybe just a tinge of blue. Nah. That's good. Oh, I like that. I like that. Because the text will make that kind of a silver. What do you think? I know I shouldn't spend so much time on aesthetics, but you know, aesthetics are important. Oh, and let's give this. Let's make this form look good. You know, it came out kind of generic because we use a form wizard, which I don't always like, but I figure sometimes they have their use. Right? Arial black. I'm going to make everything else in here. I don't know what Aptos detail is. Don't pretty much care for it any. Cambria. I like Cambria. I don't ask me why. I find it aesthetically pleasing. And like I said, it's my app, my channel, my videos. So I get to choose. Haha. All right. Okay, so we got home team here. Then we got the away team. Now, of course, at the point we're entering scores, we don't want to really be changing the home team anymore. That's why I'm wondering, do we even want to have scores on this form? But of course, if I don't, then I'm duplicating effort. I'm going to put a separate score entry form. Let me give that some thought as we go along. If we change our mind a few times, you know, it's not the end of the world. I mean, look, if I were making this a designed application for someone, certainly I would put a lot more uh, thought into this, a lot more planning. But that looks good. That looks like it can work. Let's take a look. Oh, see, look at that. We're getting there. I don't like having week 0, but well, do that as it may. Let me get rid of the navigation buttons. Won't need those anymore. Um, let's make sure these are centered. Another kind of nitpicky thing of mine. Centered. What do you think? Nice aesthetic. Now, let's make a little bit of, let's make some labels for score. You think? Although I think it should be kind of obvious, right? I don't know. Maybe we'll just move these out a little bit more to make it more obvious. All right. I didn't think I'd be spending this much time on aesthetics this early on, but I think having a good common look and feel is good because it that way I'm not having to. If I wait until later on, then I gotta change all the forms, all the look and feel on all the forms at once. Here, I can actually make forms based, make new forms based on the old ones. So, in other words, I can just copy and paste this and just keep the formatting. So, all right, let's see what this looks like. Oh, I see. Okay, it looks a little confusing because the week is still. Let me put this in layout view. Make it. All right, so we got week should go here, and let's take this and this and this and this. Just move it out a little bit. That'll make it less confusing. Take away T, move that out a bit. Okay. All right. I mean, I could put 10 scored, or I could just put score. That'll work just as well as they don't need to be separate labels. As long as I don't go messing with the widths. Okay. One more thing, I think we can make these labels a little bit bigger. 14. Ooh. There we go. Okay, I promise I'll stop messing around with this soon, but I like it to look good. Okay, and then we'll move this out a little bit so it matches the lines. Okay. And it's not lost on me that if it's going to be a division game, it has to be a conference game, right? I mean, what am I missing? Let's see. Let's go ahead. I'm going to put the after update in division. Let's see. If check division. And turn this exact reverse here. We check conference, false, then we check division. It's a little thing, and meaning if it's not a conference game, it can't be a division game. If it's a division game, it must be a conference game. It can be a conference without being a division, or it can be neither. Okay, I think that's enough of that for now. Now, I'm not sure how much more I can do before I actually import a schedule, because I'm certainly not adding them from scratch. I am not adding in games one at a time. That's just going to be very tedious. And yet, I think importing the schedule is the next logical step. Because what I'd like to do, I'd like to have a finished schedule in this form, and then we have a methodology for entering scores, maybe even a way to randomize. Like, just if you want to randomize scores to see who the winner of a game is. And then, of course, we have to have standings. But it doesn't make sense for me to put in standings. I mean, I guess I can put in a query for standings now, but I don't think it makes a whole lot of sense before the games are populated. I also did forget one thing. I just realizing this. Let's save this. In the games table, whether the game has been played or not, huh? It's kind of important. I mean, I guess it's kind of, we got to have the winner too. I think what we'll do for now, because I don't want to put too much in here from schedule, is the schedule form. Um, there's really no need to manually enter a winning team. Like, these two can be automatically filled from these two, and of course the home team. Like, if home score is greater than winning score, then winning team equals home team. Else, winning team equals away team. If they're the same, then tie game, yes or no. So I don't necessarily need to put like tie game, winning team. What are some of the others? Game date. I don't know if we're gonna implement that yet. But these don't need to be directly on that form. But should I put an is played? Yes. Now, you would think it would be obvious if the game has scores, it's been played. Not necessarily. Could be a 0-0 tie, to be fair. And I think, we ought to have a way of just being able to look this up. Now, I do want a process. Let me just is played, yes or no. Leave it at that. I do want to have a process by which these fields, like winning team, tie game, is played, are filled automatically when these rows are filled out. As a matter of fact, maybe we're running low on time here. I'm gonna make a couple of buttons. They're not gonna have any functionality yet, but just to kind of make sure we have this in the interface. Can I make this smaller? Division, conference. Just because it looks awkward to have these checkboxes so far apart. Yeah, we go. Boom, boom. Okay. I'm going to put 2 buttons out here in each row. And let's dispense with the wizard. I'm going to say play. Is that the best verbiage to use? Yeah. Because once we've entered information, we're going to click play, and then it's going to fill in the rest. Some of those hidden fields we didn't put on here. Let's have another button here. We're going to have sim. And sim is just going to randomize the results of the game. And I wonder if we can... I forgot my train of thought. Totally forgot what I was going to say. But yeah, I wonder if we can have so when you press sim, it's going to auto-generate. If the game is played already, then it will replay. It'll just kind of, or maybe it'll give you, it'll say, this game's already been played. Do you really want to re-sim or re-enter the results? Decisions. There's a lot of stuff that goes into this. Okay. So, all right. Let's put, totally forgot what I was going to say. Total mind block here. There was something else that was very important I had to finish with. Oh, yes. And this is going to be interesting. What I'd like to do is put another column in here. Power, like a power ranking or something like that. And maybe based on relative power rankings, we're going to have the probability that the home or away team will win a game based on their power rankings and some random number. Just thinking ahead. We may not use this, but let's do this. Let's make this a number, and let's make it a single. Let's make this potentially a decimal. We're not going to fill it with anything yet, but we'll leave that open-ended, and we'll leave that open-ended for a future episode. Okay, thank you for watching as always. See you in part 3. Bye-bye.